Hello my beauties and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tamara and on this side of the internet we talk about all things faith, fashion, and lifestyle. So if that is your vibe, stay tuned. Alright, so I know there's a few of you girlies who really kind of want to step into a more elegant era or version of yourself. You know, you want to kind of show up and present yourself the way that you feel you really are. However, you might be struggling on how to kind of transition that and pair that well with your personal style. So today we will be talking about how to dress more elegantly and more classy, just year-round, all the time. So to begin with, I would like to preface that being classy is not about a certain aesthetic. So it doesn't mean that you have to dress a certain kind of way all the time or at all to be deemed a classy girl or to show up and present yourself in a classy way. To me, being classy is about a few things. It's about having timeless capsule pieces in your wardrobe that you can mix and match with absolutely anything. It's about being polished, how you carry yourself, your hair, your nails, etc. Your demeanor, quiet confidence that one will exude will give off that classy vibe, and having a signature look. And we'll talk more about this a little bit further down in the video. Okay, starting with timeless capsule pieces. These are going to be pieces that you can mix and match with anything in your closet. And when I say anything, I mean anything. With colors, with bold fashion pieces. I mean, it does not have to be boring. So these are going to be, a pair of capsule jeans, whatever that means for you, as long as you can mix and match with everything in your wardrobe or most things in your wardrobe. So these can be jeans, a good trouser, a good button down, a slip dress or a silk dress, a silk cami, things of that nature. And really having those capsule pieces are going to be key in having a classy style, because then you're going to be able to mix and match and pair things well. And you yourself, when you dress, you will look cohesive, you will look put together, and you will kind of be able to do that repeatedly, not just like on a one-off basis. The second part to having a more classy, elegant wardrobe is understanding that having a color palette in your closet or wardrobe is going to be very important in presenting yourself the way you actually intend on, right? And it's going to make getting dressed just that much easier. So, and once again, I've said this before, this doesn't mean that you have to be only a neutral girly. This is also for the girls who love color. However, you don't want to have so many different colors and so many different patterns and you're struggling to put the pieces together. So you can wear color, but you want to have colors in your wardrobe that pairs well with one another. For example, pink and green. To me, those are beautiful colors that go very well together. Yellow and red, they actually are both pop of colors, very vibrant, but they pair well together. Your neutrals are more obvious, your browns, your creams, your whites, your black, and they all pair well together. I think also would like to preface, even if you like to wear color, I think it does help to have some neutrals in your wardrobe, because certain things maybe only require a pop of color and not so much maybe color blocking and things of that nature. But the main thing is to make sure that you have a cohesive color palette in your wardrobe so that getting dressed can be that much easier. And when you're putting on your clothes, you look cohesive, you look intentional, and like you put forth effort from top to bottom. And the last point that I want to talk about under the timeless capsule pieces is making sure that you're buying clothes that are going to be flattering your body type. So I'm going to be sharing a chart about the different body types. So if you don't know what's your body type, maybe this chart can help you so that you can wear clothes that is more figure flattering for you. Now, one thing that would definitely give classy vibes is when your clothes fit well. It seems like it's common sense, but it actually actually it's not. And you see it all the time, like when you're in the streets. So for example, you don't want to wear things that are like so tight it looks like it's gonna bust the moment that you sit down, or you wear certain things that maybe kind of highlight parts of your body that maybe isn't the most flattering, or you're not even accentuating some of your best features. So yes, it's going to be very important that you are wearing clothes that flatter your body, that's not too tight, understanding what are the best types of silhouettes that work for your body type. So for some people, if they have a shortcut and they want to be able to show off their clavicle, they're always going to wear something that kind of have like a square or like a dip in the chest area. If you are very hippie and you're very curvy, maybe you like to wear more A-line style skirts so that the skirt can kind of just glide over your hips. The same can be true for pants. Maybe you don't feel as comfortable or as confident, or it's just not as flattering in a skinny jean. Well, in that case, you can do a wide leg pair of jeans. It's going to show off your beautiful curves. You're going to feel good and you're going to look even better. And that is a classy girl. The next point into being classy and elegant is being polished. This seems very simple, but often is, I think, underrated or is not as emphasized as important as we should make it. And it's just really just grooming yourself, making sure that you're doing your hair, making sure that you're moisturizing your body, making sure that you are doing your nails. And these things do not have to cost a lot of money. These are things that you can do yourself at home. You can do your hair yourself. You don't necessarily have to go to a salon. You can do your nails yourself if you choose. But having all of these kind of things are going to help you look more put together. And you can come up with a schedule that works for you. For example, I get my nails done every month. Nails is just not something that is a priority to me. So I get my nails done every month. And for that reason, I primarily tend to do my nails in a nude color so that if it grows out, I don't look crazy. Now, if I wear a bright color and it grows out and you can tell, then I will have to get my nails done more often. But for the most part, it's once a month. So you can go ahead and, adjust that according to your budget or your priorities, but making sure that you are, paying attention to the foundation of your appearance is going to be very important. This also brings me to a sub-factor of this category about having a signature look is going to be so key, because your look is going to have a lasting impression. Why? Because you're not always switching it up. So this should mean that you should have at least a few signature hairstyles and a signature scent. Now, the signature scent is definitely something that I'm currently working on, but I know you guys have had those times like when you smell a certain fragrance, you go, ooh, that smells like this person, because they always wore that fragrance. And that is the kind of lasting impression that a more classy, elegant girl tends to have on the people around her. And the same as with their look. So now when it comes up to your attire, you may have a signature style just because if you know your style, there are certain things you're just going to gravitate to. If you know your style, you're very confident and you know what looks good on you, you're going to have a little bit of a signature style because you're going to gravitate to things that look good on you, that makes you feel the best. So you might have like a million pairs of wide leg pants, from jeans, trousers, colors, patterns, textures, because that is just your vibe. So you may have a signature fashion clothing style, but at the very least, you should have a signature fragrance and signature hair. Now, for me, this is going to be a bun because this is literally all I can do. Or when I do wear my hair down, it's going to be a lob, like a long kind of bob right above the shoulders, middle part, very basic, to be honest. And whenever I get braids, I tend to get two variation of braids. I get the stitch back braids because I feel like those braids are actually very elegant. You can put it into a bun. It just shows off the beautiful features in your face. Love those braids, can you tell? Or the bohemian or goddess braids, the boho braids. I know they have different names, or that style of braids, and I'll make sure to share pictures. Those are definitely going to be my look. Whenever someone sees that look, they will think of me. And I've had that said before, oh my gosh, I saw a girl with stitch back braids and it reminded me of you, because whenever I get braids, this is what I tend to do. So you will start to have a signature look in mean not only in your clothing, but also in your hair and also just your presence. This allows, like I said, your presence to have a lasting impact on those around you. And I think that is definitely something that's beautiful and admirable. And last but not least, I want to talk about confidence. This part, I saved it for last because I feel like it's actually the most important. If you want to be an elegant and classy girl, you will have a level of confidence that's actually quite quiet. You don't need to be so loud, so in your face. You know, you tend to notice that this person will have a very quiet, calm kind of confidence. It doesn't mean that your demeanor is quiet, like you just have to be a very kind of timid person, but you also don't have to kind of overly compensate in your personality. You can just be you freely, if you know what I mean, and you can be confident in what you're wearing, feel good about it, walk with your head held high, you know, just feel very good on how you're presenting yourself to the world. And I think that is the whole point, right? I think fashion is about feeling good, having confidence, and presenting yourself to the world on how you want to be received and portrayed. So having confidence is going to be very important. And if you don't have confidence yet, I encourage you to fake it till you make it. Number 2, go to the Lord and ask the Lord to give you confidence, and remember that you are made in the image of God. You are a child of God. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. And start to maybe speak those words of affirmations to yourself and remember what God has said about you and said who you are, so that you can grow in that confidence. And you will see how that confidence will not only transform you from the inside, but also transform you on the outside in how you carry yourself, how you speak, and how you interact with others. All right, you guys, if you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. What are some tidbits that you have taken away from this video, and share with your friends if you think this video can help them kind of walk into their elegant girl era and really master it. All right, you guys, ciao.